Good morning, Toastmasters and guests. It's my pleasure and honor to welcome you all to Chennai Tamil Toastmasters English online meeting. The purpose of Toastmaster is to improve our communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Before we proceed the meeting, let's have some rules. I request everyone to set your mobile phone in silent mode. Let's take few seconds. Yes. Thank you so much. Kindly avoid topics related to political, religion, and the content that discomfort to others. With that, to conduct today's meeting, I would like to invite our presiding officer. He is our dynamic leader and motivational speaker. With that, let's give big round of applause and welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Ishar. Sir, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kavitha, for giving me the wonderful opportunity to be the presiding officer for today. Few days back, I met a candidate. So he came through a recommendation, and the uncle was telling that, hey, this candidate, and I met him in a train. Can you do something for him? I said, like, okay, let him come in. I'm not sure what can I do, but definitely I am willing to meet him. So this person came in, and I asked him about, what is he doing, all these things. What is his expectation? He said, you give me any job, sir, and I'll do, all these things. And I just wanted to see that, how well, he's seeing and he is forecasting, he is knowing about the future and what's been coming in the trend and other thing. I asked him, for a fresher, how much you think would be the maximum salary which you are aware of? Then he said about like, sir, 25,000. Then he doubted himself. Then he said 30,000. So I said, like, it's about like roughly about what? 4 lakh per annum, right? He said, like, yes, that is what he's aware of. And okay, let me throw this question to here, and see what kind of response you have, and how well you are aware of what's been happening in the industry in your known circle, or for a fresher whom you know of. Nobody want to speak?
No, generally, sir, for any fresher, the average salary is ranging between 3 to 4 lakhs. If
You
he's
mean
a,
like in a per annum, or
yeah, per annum, if he's a graduate.
okay? How much you are aware of? I knew a cousins, sister, somebody, blah blah blah, who got a 8 lakhs per annum, something like that. How much the maximum, which you are aware of?
So the maximum I'm aware of is about 50 lakhs per annum.
Okay.
And he's an
Anybody else?
IIM graduate.
Okay. Anybody else?
I
Sir,
think
Yeah, Sukanya.
I think it varies in ranges. I've seen people get from 15 LPA to even 30 to 40 to beyond. So it
Got it.
depends on the individual's capability and the opportunities that they go forward with.
Got it. So what I instilled was that, so it's not about how much I'm getting, so that is a different thing in altogether. So in a small spoon, teaspoon, will you be able to take a rice? You may not, right? You can, definitely like 4 or 5 rice or 8, it may come in, but it won't come like a big one. So as the way you wish, if you are thinking of a spoon, teaspoon, you can take only that much. If you're thinking of a big, like anda, whatever you call it as, you can fetch how much ever. And I saw a message from my wife's group. My wife's classmate son, he got a salary of like 52 lakhs per annum, part of a Visvesvaraya college, in Bangalore, all these things. And but one immediately my reaction was that, I was in the industry for quite a long time, almost like 30 years old, but could able to get, almost like 30 years, that salary. But here, somebody is coming in, with a fresher. So it's kind of like a mindset, what they have. So that is what exactly. So one way, people have been looking at like, I'm not getting job, the market is so not good, all these things. But at the same time, like, people have been getting a big, salary hike, big salary, all these things. The only difference, what I see is like, it's all like a mindset, and especially in the Toastmaster. Here is the platform, you come in, you sharpen your eggs every time. And that is where, you will have an edge over the others. And I wish, each and everyone who has been coming in over here, especially on the Sunday morning, you would have done 100 different things. But in spite of that, you are here with only the motto of like, what else, I can pick, today. So that's like day by day, my career, my life will be better. And I wish each and every one of you, who come in over today, and I'm sure you will have a beautiful learning. With this, I am going to invite the uh, Toastmaster of the day. And this Toastmaster of the day, this is where, when we talk about leadership, sometime, suddenly, you'll come in. You will never know that. And I'm not talking about like politics. Manmohan Singh was there, and suddenly they said, you are the prime minister of the country. If it happened long back, he wouldn't even thought about that. Like that, somebody came into the meeting, so just to attend. Okay, what role I'm going to play, and we offered her our role, saying that you are going to conduct the entire proceeding of the meeting. See the kind of mindset, what you'll have, what to prepare, what to put, so this is what in the Toastmasters. Okay, so let me not taking too much of time. Definitely, we wanted to give much time to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sukanya Bharati. And just to talk about her, she's part of Koramangala Toastmaster Club, and she's serving as a president of the club. And when I ask about what she likes about the Toastmaster is the people and the community, and the support, we give each other. That is what, she likes the most. I'm definitely, looking forward to hear from Suganya what else she's going to reveal it today. Like her, I'm also more enthusiastic. Let's see, let's welcome, Toastmaster Suganya to play the role of a Toastmaster of the day today.
Thank
Over
you
to you,
so
Toastmaster Suganya.
Thank you so much, TM Irshad. I think taking this role on spot is like a great opportunity for me. And first of all, even before we start the meeting today, I would want all of you to unmute yourself and then we all together say a very good morning to each other. Let's rise up the energy in the room. So when I say good morning, please unmute yourself, everyone, and we say good morning together. Good morning,
Good morning.
everyone.
Good
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 morning.
morning,
morning.
everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning,
morning.
Morning, everyone.
everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
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 morning,
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 everyone.
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 Awesome, awesome. Give it up for yourself, everyone. Thank you for being here on an early Sunday morning. Today, the theme which I got to know from your club is basically about resilience, bouncing back from situations where you think you could not have come back. And just to start with, I'll share a little story of mine. It's a very little aspect of my life, but I would love to hear from all of you about your stories of resilience. So, I'm a martial arts practitioner and I practice Kalaripet. And it's one of the most beautiful art forms that I've ever seen. In one of the classes, I was practicing a movement, or you can say a flip, and I fell on my knee on the spot. I was injured for 1 month. But the love for that art form never went. Every single time it kind of motivated me, pushed me. And slowly, with support from the people around me, support from my friends and my guru, I came back to practicing this art form again. So there are certain many big and small moments in our life which come our way. But no matter whatever happens, we choose to rise. And fellow Toastmasters and guests, today I invite you today to share a bit of stories about yourself. Anyone who would like to go first? Anyone? You can raise your hands. Yes, Toastmaster Uma.
Yeah, I would like to tell that life threw lemons at me, but I made lemonade out of it. It happened just 4 years back. Uh, there was a series of losses. My dear ones left me, my mother, my son, my husband, my father. I lost 4 people in 2 years. It was the greatest loss of my life. I didn't know what to do next. And then I came across a guru who told me, accept whatever has happened. You cannot undo the past, and you don't know what is there in future for you. What is available to you is the present, the now. And then I started accepting whatever he said and started moving on in life. And now I'm helping an NGO. I'm supporting a tribal school where I teach spoken English online. And maybe that is the real purpose. And the real purpose in life is to find out who we are, why we have come here. And we are not this body, we are not this mind, and we are not the ego. We are that soul, and the super soul is within us. So the ultimate purpose is to connect to that super soul and build that connection. And there we find the eternal happiness. So I have found that, and I'm spreading that happiness to everyone, whomever I meet. So that I find is the ultimate purpose of life. So you can have that fortitude and bounce back if you have that inner strength within you. So do not get bogged down by failures. Life is not a straight road. You will have those twists, turns, and curves. Just bend for some time, and then you will rise like a phoenix. So that's the message I want to give. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Uma, for sharing those, that aspect of your life. And now, since you are spreading so much kindness and more of, love around people, thank you for sharing that story. It definitely inspires someone in this room today. Anybody else who would like to go? Come on, everyone. Just a small story is all you need to inspire someone. You can raise your hands if you want to. Okay. Oh, Toastmaster Rishabh.
Yeah, my story about like in the last 2024 August 15th. Uh, I was ridiculed, by my cousins and other people. It's a belly uncle, so like that, everybody was saying. So I would have given explanation, all these things, but I took it like, yes, what what is there, they are saying. Okay, so took it as personal, and within 1 year, almost I had reduced 12.5 kg. Okay, and being fit and whatever 24 years for 25 years guys, half of my age does, I also do and challenge with them. So that is what inspiring myself and bouncing back.
Thank you so much for sharing that story, Toastmaster Arshad. I think, this is something that is common in all our lives, that there are different moments where we go through something. And sometimes, because of someone or our own motivation or the energy that we hold, we choose to rise up. Today our meeting is not a general meeting. How it happens, where we have three aspects. That is your table topics. We have, sorry, the speaker. The speech part, where the speakers have already prepared the speeches and they come and deliver it. Second is the table topics section, which we are not having today. Instead of that, we are having a speech marathon where our speakers will come in. They will share their speeches and they'll also be evaluated by our evaluators. So now, to take on this, the aspect of general evaluation for this today's meeting, we have our general evaluator, none other than Toastmaster Irshad. And I think what I learned about you today, Toastmaster Irshad, not from an intro, but about you as a person, that you kind of took that initiative to take the role today and to share a heartwarming story. And I believe that people who take the first step of just showing up without really worrying about perfection are the people who grow the most in their lives. So now the stage is yours, Toastmaster Isha.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Sukanya, for giving me the opportunity again. So this is what I love this online meeting. You know why? When Toastmasters Suganya said about, she is part of mixed martial arts. Okay, I was thinking like, how about, it be a, in-person meeting. She might have given me a kick. See how this is not the way, you have to introduce me. This is what the point, you missed out. See here, I am sitting over there, almost like, 300 kilometers away, and I'm just enjoying. Okay, so fun part apart. Okay, so this is what, I'm taking a role of a general evaluator. A couple of days back, I had a team meeting. Okay, in the team meeting, we have about like, one of the division, where I run, we are about like, six of us. And I started comparing in each one. Okay, Suganya is much better than A. A is better than B. C is lacking another thing. Suddenly, a thought, came in, because especially like in a volleyball game, there are one do a defensing, another one offense. He will just support. He will not complete a finish at all, and the other guy is like who is just support. So, in a success of here, we cannot say that, oh, this person is better than other. Nothing like that. Think about that. Everybody want to do the offensive role. Cannot do that, right? So it's a kind of like a teamwork. Therein, I see that, oh, the general evaluator role is coming in, and definitely, I cannot do that role all by myself. Here, we have handpicked each and every one. They are specialized in doing in their role. Let's see, who are all those such people. So we have we 1 second. Give me a quick second.
Sir, I send message.
Yep. So we have a person who will be seeing time is everything. Without time, you cannot do anything. Let's hear from her how special the time is for this meeting. Let me invite Toastmaster Haritra to be the timer for today. Toastmaster Haritra, stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Am I audible? Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Irshad. A very good morning, fellow Toastmasters and their guests. I am Toastmaster Harita, the timer for today's meeting. Time is the very precious thing, so I request everyone to please keep a note on timing. Since there is no table topics and since there is no table topics for today, there are only 4 speakers for today's meeting. The time for speaker 1 is 4 to 6 minutes. At 4 minutes, I will show the green card. At 5 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And at 6 minutes, I will show the red card. The time for second speech is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show the green card. At 6 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will show the red card. The time for the third speech is 10 to 12 minutes. At 10 minutes, I will show the green card. And at 11 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And at 12 minutes, I will show the red card. The time for the fourth speech is 5 to 7 minutes. At 5 minutes, I will show the green card. At 6 minutes, I will show the yellow card. And at 7 minutes, I will show the red card. The time for the evaluation is 3 to 4 minutes. At 3 minutes, I will show the green card. At 3 minutes 30 seconds, I will show the yellow card. And at 4 minutes, I will show the red card and keep it up until the speaker finishes speaking. At the end of the meeting, I will give my report when this general evaluator calls upon. Thank you.
Okay.
yeah.
Yep. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Haritra, for explaining the role of a timer. Now we are moving on to the next role. This role, especially, let's look at this same sports. Look at, whether it's a sports or it's a music, the rhythm has to be there, right? Suddenly, like, in the sports, somebody's playing, then so much blaming, one is attacking each other, another thing, you won't feel like, watching the game, right? So it has to be like flowing. So this is where this person is coming in and checking whether the speaker, whoever is making or whoever is speaking, and whether the speaking is going in a flow where need to be stopped. Let's hear from that person itself so that, like, let's understand this role better. And to perform that role, let me invite Toastmaster Satya Narayanan to be the account for today's meeting.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Good morning,
Good
Toastmasters,
morning.
everyone. Today, it's my honor to serve as a accountant for today's meeting. Communication is not only about what we say, but also how we say it. Small filler words such as whom, and so can reduce the impact of our message. Today, I will be a accountant. My role is to listen carefully and record the use of filler words, repeated words, and unnecessary sounds during the meeting. My goal is not to criticize anyone, but to help all of us become more confident and effective speakers. At the end of the session, I will present my report and share my observations. Thank you, and I wish everyone wonderful meeting. And over to General Evaluator.
Thank you so much. And this
Thank you,
is
sir.
what I like about the freshers or who come to the company as a new. They come in with a lot of budding energy. And here, I'm seeing one person who is coming and attending. This is her second meeting in Toastmasters, just completed her college. And let's welcome Jay Hasini to perform as a grammarian role. Let's see, what new invention or new idea she's bringing to perform this role. Over to Toastmaster Jay Hasini.
Thank you for the lovely introduction, General Evaluator. I am Jai Hasini and I've recently completed schooling. And today I'm performing the grammarian role. And it is my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listen carefully to their language usage, and I will be taking note of any improper language being used, as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. As grammarian, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. As we know, the word of the day is fortitude, which means the mental and emotional strength to face difficulties, adversity, pain, or challenge with courage and determination. And here are a few examples for the word of the day. I would like some volunteers, anyone, to come and read it out, or maybe even give their own example for the word of the day. Anyone?
I see the fortitude of the grammarian who come with a new concept of coming with a poster to explain what is the word of the day today.
Thank you. That's very lovely of you, Chandra Evaluator. Anyone else? Okay. So basically, everyone should be at least using fortitude at least once during the meeting, for the development of our own grammar and the words that we use. And at the end of the meeting, I'll be giving a report on improper grammar being used and quotes that I like, quotes, thoughts that I liked, and the usage of the word of the day and idiom of the day. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day. Over to General Evaluator.
Yeah. Thank you, Toastmaster Jay Hasini, and performing this role of a grammarian and explaining the procedure. And with this, let me hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Sukanya. Thank you.
So we have listening skill master.
Okay. So we
Review
have
master.
additional role of a listening master. The listening master role will be performed by
Okay, he's maybe I will take care of the listening master role.
Oh, you,
Oh.
Kavitha?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Toastmaster Kavitha is a khichdi, whenever something is required, suddenly she'll make and she'll come and fill that role. And let's welcome Toastmaster Kavitha to be the listening master. So keep listening. Okay. And I will be consolidating the entire feedback and present at the end of the meeting. With this, let me hand over the stage back to Toastmaster Sukanya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rishad and the whole team who is going to help us with the evaluation. I just love, how everyone is pitching in to take up the roles and support today's meeting and support everyone. That's very beautiful. So, everyone, are you guys excited to hear the amazing speakers that we have today? Are you? Yes, you can use reactions, you can unmute yourself, give a huge round of applause, or whatsoever feels right to you. So, with that, let's call upon our very first speaker. A little bit of introduction about her. Our first speaker is Toastmaster Afra Zeenat Fatima, and she will be evaluated by Toastmaster Irshad. A little bit information about her. Currently, she is pursuing second year of electronics and communication engineering, and she believes that practice is what makes a human being perfect. She's looking forward to improving her communication skills on this platform. And her pathway is speech mastery. It's level 1. She is giving the icebreaker speech. And timer, please note the duration is 4 to 6 minutes. I would request everyone that once our speaker, Toastmaster Afra, finishes her speech, we should stand up and give her a standing ovation as a respect for her beginning her new journey at Toastmasters. So, with that, I would like to call upon in the spotlight Toastmaster Afra. Toastmaster Afra, my journey so far, Toastmaster Afra.
Toastmaster Sukanya, could you please call a evaluator to read about the project objective? Toastmaster itself is evaluator for Afra.
Sure, sure. So I would like to call upon Toastmaster Irshad to read about the speech details of our current speaker one, Toastmaster Afra.
Yep.
Over
Thank
to
you so
you.
much. And Toastmaster Afra is the way Toastmaster Sukanya said, she is attempting her icebreaker speech. Icebreaker speech generally, it's the first week in Toastmaster where you will come in and explore yourself, who is the personality you are. And if you want, you can refer your note. And this timing is between 4 to 6 minutes. And wishing you all the best, Toastmaster Afra.
Chris, what if someone calls you and say, "Hey, you got this opportunity. Can you do this?" A very pleasant morning to everyone. I'm Afra Zinat Fatima. I was born in Tengasi. Later, I moved to Andhra Pradesh. Since 2011, I'm living in Chennai. My school days from grade 1 to grade 7, it was not really an exciting story, but I have learned a crucial life lessons through hardships. And from grade 8 to grade 12, something transformative and turning point of my life. During pandemic period, we all have online classes on online meets. So for my first week online classes, I received my marks. After seeing my grade, I was literally crying so hard because it's not a happy, because it's so sad, because I never ever get that much lowest grade. What is the reason behind that? Because for the whole week, I never answered for the question which ma'am asked, but I know the answer. And I listened, I was thinking, what kind of way are you doing, Afra? Two questions in my mind. The first question, do you have inferior complexity? Because I did. Do you think that people will judge you while talking? Yeah, of course. Okay, then these two things are the most drawback for you to improve communication skills. On from next day onwards, I started to reading books, watching YouTube videos, listening to podcasts, and also I practice regularly. I was in a process and I can see my improvements. To be honest, I was a book hater once upon a time, but now I love book, and recently I completed the book called Thousand Splendid of Sun. It's so overwhelming book, I would say. So after that, my personality which has changed. And when I'm in a process, my biology teacher calls me and she says, "Hey Afra, actually our chairman is gonna conduct a series called Spread Positivity Series, and each weekend is gonna be each episode. So can you take part in this? Because I believe that you can do it." She believes me that I can do it, but I don't really believe on that. And I was just saying to my mom, "Ma'am, can you just give me can you just give me an hour to think?" This is my actual tone of the way I'm talking to her. And she says, "Okay, you just take an hour and come, but don't forget to reply." I'm rushing to my brother. "Hey, Ansari, hey, Ansari, hey, Ansari." Actually, my mom calls me and she says that I wanna attend the online meet. I need to talk, but you know, right? I have stage fear. I never ever done very well in front of people, and everything was so pretty not good. And he says, "Why not? You can do this." And this is just a question, and for me, it's an answer. Okay, so yeah, so for this, I started to practice well, and the day of event, finally, I broke my stage fear and I came out of my comfort zone. I got the opportunity. I did really well. And that night is something so proud of myself. And again, I always pat of myself. And next, it never ended in my school days, but also it is continue in my college days. I was selected as a content team member in Intellexa REC, a technical club. And now I hold a position which I never ever expected that I would get this much of opportunity. That is, I am the president of Intellexa REC, the technical club. I always believe that practice process is something is most important in our life, and my parents, my brother, my teacher always taught that you should have a confidence, consistency, and practice, discipline, and punctuality is everything is most important. And from my journey so far, I learned that expect the unexpected. In our life, we have two choices. If we get an opportunity, you can neglect that and you can try. I always try, even though I fails again and again. I'm in a process. One day I will reach my goal, and that's what I believe, and that's what happened in my life, and that is the biggest lesson I ever did. And I want to conclude my speech with a simple quote, that is, "Opportunity is the beginning of the great enterprises. Still, there is more to go in my life, and I need to reach my goals." And this is about me for today. I hope somehow I have reached you all through my story. In upcoming speech, we'll meet you again. Until then, bye from Afra. Thank you.
One second. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Afra. That was a wonderful, wonderful speech. Thank you for sharing your story with all of us. And now we move on to speaker number 2, who is Toastmaster Sara. Her evaluator is Toastmaster Mohan. I would like to call upon Toastmaster Mohan for sharing the speech details about our second speaker.
So, good morning, everybody. So, I'd like to share about Toastmaster Sara Akhtar. So, her speech title is "The Quiet Strength of Being Supportive," and she is chosen the dynamic leadership pathways, and she is at level 2. And the project is about understanding the communication style. And the purpose of this dynamic leadership is the purpose of this project is for the member to learn about different communication styles and identify their primary style. The purpose of this speech for this member is to share her style and how it has impacted in her day-to-day life. So over to the speaker. Thank you.
Even before I call upon, thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohan. Even before I call upon our speaker, Toastmaster Sara, a few words about her. She is originally from Pakistan. She's member of Toastmaster Erbil, Iraq, and she is a stay-at-home, beautiful mother trying to polish her leadership skills one meeting at a time.
Toastmaster Sara, the quiet strength of being supportive. The quiet strength of being supportive, Toastmaster Sara.
Thank you very much. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good morning. When I completed my communication style assessment, I was expecting the results to be a balanced mix of different styles. Instead, one style stood out prominently. My dominant style of communication is supportive. At first, I was surprised, but then I started thinking what it really meant. For many years, I thought communication was to speak well. The people who impressed me were good speakers, confident speakers, quick decision makers, and persuasive leaders. They could command the attention in any room. Compared to that, I was sometimes too quiet, too patient, or too accommodating. But the assessment made me realize communication is not how loudly you speak. Sometimes it's how deeply you understand. The communication style is described as calm, patient, dependable, and relationship oriented. People with this style prefer harmony over conflict and cooperation over competition. As I reflected on my life, I could see these traits everywhere. As a teacher, I learned that students remember how you made them feel long after they have forgotten what you taught them. Some students struggle academically, others lack courage, and they don't bounce back with more instructions. Rather, with encouragement, with listening, and by creating a safe environment where they feel valued. Same is the case in parenting. As a mother, I understand that children don't always need solutions. Sometimes they just need someone to sit beside them, listen to their worries, and tell them that they are safe. Sorry, give me a second. Yes. Patience, empathy, and consistency are also communication styles. But being supportive is not always easy. Every style has its own strength and its own weakness. The challenge I face being a supportive communicator is avoiding conflict. I prefer peace. If there is tension in any room, I would instinctively try to create harmony and avoid conflict. But sometimes avoiding conflict does not solve the problem, it just delays it. With time, I did realize that maintaining harmony and speaking up for myself are not two different things. Both are needed in a healthy relationship. Another challenge for me is decision making. For me, it is very important what everyone else thinks and how my decision is going to impact them. So I have spent hours and hours pondering over the options I have, meanwhile creating indecisiveness. And I did realize over time that kindness does not require indecision. It is possible to be compassionate and firm at the same time. The greatest lesson that I learned from this assessment is understanding communication style is the the differences in communication style is very important. Imagine a place having only direct communicators. The decisions might be made quickly, but the relationships will suffer. Another place having only analytical communicators. Perfect details, but progress very slow. Initiating communicators would have endless enthusiasm, but no follow through. In the same manner, if a place only has supportive communicators, everyone will get along fine, but difficult decisions will be postponed forever. So each style contributes something important, and the world needs people who lead boldly as well as analyze carefully. People who inspire others, but also listen and encourage. People who create stability when everything feels uncertain. For the longest time, I viewed my communication style as something ordinary. But now I think differently. Being supportive is not a weakness. Listening is not passivity. And kindness is not the absence of strength. My communication style may not be the loudest in the room, but it has taught me the power of empathy, trust, develop a human connection, and it has also developed in me new levels of fortitude. And that is the strength I am proud to embrace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sarah. Can we have a huge round of applause for her? At least, yeah. Thank you so much. Uh, Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful story of yours and also, kind of taking in the lessons of leadership and, kind of taking us through that journey. It was beautiful. Thank you. Now we move on to our speaker number 3, who is Toastmaster Mohan. Toastmaster Mohan is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Anbarasan. So, with a huge round of applause, can we have their evaluator, Toastmaster Anbarasan, on the spotlight, please, to share the speaker's details, speech details about the speaker.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Today, my target speaker is Toastmaster Mohan. He has given a speech in the title of Lead Smart, Not Hard, Pathway Persuasive Influence, Level 2, Project 1. Over to you, TM Modi.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anbarasan, for sharing the details. Our third speaker, Toastmaster Mohan, is a supply chain professional with 19 years of experience in the automobile industry. He has worked in Simpson Engines, Mahindra, and currently in Renault Chennai plant. The speech title of Toastmaster Mohan's speech today is Lead Smart, Not Hard. Lead Smart, Not Hard, Toastmaster Mohan.
So good morning, fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends and guests. So first, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Chennai Tamil Toastmasters Club for giving me this opportunity to deliver my speech. Today is the final match of the 2011 World Cup. Millions are watching, excited. 6 balls, 10 runs to win. And the striker is calm under pressure. It's MS Dhoni hits the winning 6, the last ball, to make India's end to win 28-year wait of World Cup. From this lesson, I have learned a great management leadership skill from MS Dhoni, which he has taught. In my perspective, I was thinking leadership is all about doing hard work and doing a lot of work, like coming to the office at first and leaving office late. And then, as I gained experience with all leadership expertise, I learned that it's not about doing more or working harder. It's about achieving the results with less work and make others also grow and help others to achieve the results. That's where the leadership stands. And that is what I call as lead smart and not hard. So first, I analyzed myself, what type of a leader I am. And based on the analysis, I find myself as an affiliative leadership. As an affiliative leader, I first support my team members. I first have a trust on them, and I give a confidence. And I believe whatever the ideas or the thoughts they are sharing are more helpful to achieve success towards the organization goal. Basically, I'm a silent person, and I used to think being silent is a weakness, and not talkative or not speaking up in the room is a negative impact that creates on the career. But later, after all the leadership lessons and all the experiences I've gained, I've thought that it's not being silent is not a negative on the leadership role. It's all about how we achieve the results and how we show and how we help the others to grow in our organization. This is what I've learned through my experience. So now I would like to share one of the experience which happened in my team last year. So the first one of my team member had committed a big mistake. So basically, I'm from an automobile background, and we make cars every day. So that one mistake. So instead of fixing a component A in the car, it made him to fix the component B, and this could have resulted in a big failure in the market, and this could have created a big brand image failure. And everyone was like in emotional stress, stating the management started how we are going to overcome these issues, how we are going to respond to the top management. It's a big loss. It's a huge financial distress to the company. But this fortitude, I sat with my team. I call upon all the technical experts and ask for the advices and what are all the technical evaluations that can be done. And with the support of my team and all the key experts, I found that with component B, there is no technical failure, and the cars can be passed. With the team effort and jointly collecting all the technical expertise feedback, so we were able to resolve that issue and didn't have any distress on the financial impact. And also we saved our brand image. And in fact, that issue created a more requirement in the market, stating that the customers are willing to buy the product with the component of B, which is the wrong component. So one key lesson which MS Dhoni taught me is, whatever the team you have, you need to win with the team rather than complaining about the team that they are not available, they are not skilled people, I'm lacking with this kind of a member and such kind of issues. One key thought I would like to share is like, being silent is not that you're not a leader. It's the listening power which helps us more to become a more leader. So by nature, I'm quiet, but I've learned leadership is not about speaking the most, it's about listening the most. Even in today, I find many people approach me because I give importance to their thoughts and I give importance to their problems. And once I listen to all their problems, I sit and I discuss with my team and I call upon the required members so that I could find a solution and I can support them in the best way. So now I would like to share upon 3 more leadership traits which help organizations or the companies to achieve success. And basically, this 3 type of leaders are required for the organization. The first one is the autocratic leader. An autocratic leader is a person who takes decisions during the emergency or the crisis. For example, a ship is stuck in a storm. So at that time, the leader cannot call upon all the crew members to give their ideas or opinions. He has to take a firm decision on his own, and so that he can save the ship from the storm. So this is the first autocratic leader. So he should know when to take a hard decision and when he has to things let it go. The second kind of a leader I would like to talk about is a democratic leader. A democratic leader never criticizes or harasses his employees by sharing their own ideas. He first gives importance what is their ideas they are sharing, and he sits in a group. He discusses with all the members whether this idea is feasible, whether this idea can be achievable, and can it be a good proving for their organization. So this is the democratic leader. For example, we can say a group discussion. So generally, group discussions happen wherein the ideas of each brain or each thought has been poured in, and with a collective effort, the idea can be with a collective effort, the idea can be pulled in, and which can support in the company's growth. The third is about the transformation leader. The transformation leader generally is an influencer. It's a kind of an influencer. So he creates a vision for the others who stay silent in the team. They think I'm not capable, I'm not enough to achieve. So he creates a vision for them and he gives the idea or he gives the path for them so that he can, the silent person in the team can also explore his, share his vision and create this. All these three leadership traits are must necessary for an organization to achieve their organization goals. And now I'd like to share upon one more incident that took place in my recent past. So I work under a boss. I used to work under a boss, and he is a very dictative person. So basically, his character is about conscientious. Like whatever he thinks, it should be done. And whether we give some ideas or when we give some solutions or give some cost-effective tips, he says straight away no, and he says, "I am your boss. You have to work on it and you have to show it." And if there is any failure by working on his idea, he never accepts it. He just pushes it on and passes it on the team members who have done it and who have not achieved this. So this was creating a big trouble in my team. So people got demotivated and they wanted to shift to other teams or leave the company. As a leader, then I took a stand. I told my boss, "Sir, give me the task. I will take it up. If any failure, I will be the responsible person and I will be answerable to the management. And any consequences, I will be ready to face it." With this fortitude, I thought I can win. And I started doing this with my boss and I can win. I have won many situations like that. But still, there are certain failures which he pinpoints and he notices it. He notes it down and it's being shared in the evaluation meeting whenever it happens one to one. So I'm just working on this. And with this note, I would like to conclude. For an organization to succeed or for a leader to succeed, the key thing is not working hard. The key thing is not being more spending more time in office. It's all about developing the second leader or developing the team leaders thoughtful so that they can also inspire and they can share their ideas as well. So with this note, I would like to conclude and wish the Chennai Tamil Toastmasters Club all the best in the future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mohan, for sharing that beautiful speech of yours, which talked about different aspects of leadership and also how we can bring and encourage people in together. That's a beautiful story. So now let's head over to the last speaker of today's meeting. Our speaker number 4 is Toastmaster Pradyumna. Before I call upon Toastmaster Pradyumna, I would like to call upon their evaluator, Toastmaster Sara, for reading out about the speech guidelines. Toastmaster Sara.
Hello and thank you. The Toastmaster speaker I will be evaluating today is TM Pradyumna. The speech title is The Path That Tore Me Inside Out. Pathway is Persuasive Influence, Level 5, and the project is Path Breaker Speech. They have a time of 10 to 12 minutes, and the purpose of this speech is to reflect on their growth during the completion of an entire path, as well as share some aspects of their growth during the completion of a path. Again, the speech title is The Path That Tore Me Inside Out. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sara. Before I call upon Toastmaster Pradyumna, a little bit about him. He's a member of Wipro Beats Toastmasters Club, a certified clinical nutritionist. He has won 5 consecutive Triple Crowns, 2 times Path Breaker, and twice a runner-up in ISC area level, once in table topics and evaluation and HSC. He has played XCOM roles like SA, VP, Treasurer, President, VPPR, all contest roles except the Chief Judge. He says that he's an open book for all, but there's always an extra page. He always finds fun in everything, and if he sleeps, even Oppenheimer can't wake him up. That's an amazing introduction. So with that, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Pradyumna. Toastmaster Pradyumna, the path that tore me inside out, the path that tore me inside out, Toastmaster Pradyumna.
How are you? Let me ask you, did any of you have initiated your path in the reverse order, I had to do. This path started in a very peculiar way, where one of my friends who had been president of her club, she have called me and asked, we are having a panel, we are hosting a panel discussion today, and would you host the discussion? Then I thought what to do, which topic should I take, and I have already did a panel discussion when in my first part, that was dynamic leadership, and that was a huge failure. So can I make it again? I just thought, and finally I got a so controversial topic: the evolution of schools. Then fine, I would do it. Please don't spot me. I thought I would like to do it, and I said yes. And I thought, why should I do just like that? Why shouldn't I apply it for one of my pathways projects? By the time I have completed my second path, that was engaging humor, I was put into bench in my office, and in that bench period, I thought, okay, let me utilize this bench period productively. And every day I started giving a speech. The art of engaging humor is, in my story, if you dig it, you will find a number of humorous stories if we search. I took each story, gave a speech. Story, speech. And it was done in 15 days. After that, when I did panel discussion, I started this path with level 5. Elective panel discussion. I went there, did the panel discussion, and the evaluator was also very huge. He had a huge profile. I don't know. I have asked one of my friends, could you please help me with an evaluator? Whoa. And she gave that guy's profile, and he was with a huge profile and so down to earth. And of course, this time also it was not a big success. It's just better than the before one. My throat was good. When I did the panel discussion for the first time, I have also lost my throat, but since I have committed, I had to do that. And this time I had a clear throat and I had a clear agenda. I set the meeting. I set the context well, but the process itself was disturbed. I still did not learn how the process should be done, and I spoke a lot than the panelists. Then I learned the second way of how not to do this panel discussion. Yeah, of course, in future I would like to implement the panel discussion once again. That is one of my key learnings, how not to do a panel discussion. So which indirectly taught me how to actually do a panel discussion. And recently I have taught one of my club members, and he aced in that panel discussion. It is one of my achievements. Second, I have entire year of path completion, and I just planned and I was doing. Since I was the president of the club, in order to encourage the other members, I did not choose to do speeches in my club. So I was just roaming around the clubs and giving the speeches. First I did level 1, and in 2024, in 2023, I gave my level 1, all the speeches, icebreaker, and then I chose the path. When I was giving the icebreaker, then I chose the path. This time, I learned how not to give an icebreaker. My first icebreaker was ace, and this time I tried something different, but it taught me one more lesson. I chose this path because the level 2, there was one particular project I was very much afraid. know your communication style. Just to avoid that project, I took because it has an easiest project that is active listening. So the days passed, the level 1 have finished. It gave me a different stories in level 1 also. I just said, spoke every story in every speech. And for the the fourth project, I spoke the same story twice. In that fourth speech, what I said was the story of monkeys and the cap seller in my perspective, where I was one of the monkeys who jumped down and put the cap on head. That worked out. And since it's past the whole year, I completely forgot what was the level 2 I did. But level 3 is something different. First, I said, no, what I was just thinking, what should I do? What should I do? I did where I had to do 2 electives. Where I did one as using a descriptive language. Where long back I did a mischievous thing where I went on a road with car driving without on a learner license, and I hit a bike and ended up in the police station. I gave that speech, I gave that one as a speech, which also helped me in the contest to win third prize at area level. This level 3 have taught me how can we make even the terrific stories into fun. And why did I take that speed is when I know the trouble and the hardship to get a speech slot at the time of pushing, at the time of friction during my first part. Because my mentor have pushed me to take part in contest and I had to complete level 1 and level 2 in 3 weeks. I just ran like a beast to get the speech slots. Speeches were ready, but slots weren't there. So I would never say no for a speech. Unless if there is a fatal commitment that if I don't attend, something fatal would happen. Unless that situation comes, I never say no to speech slots. And level 1 is done. Level 2 is done. Level 3 is also done. But I choose not to file them this year. Why? Why, Sukanya?
I think that is something you would like to tell us.
Yes. Because this time I played a bit strategically. I have already completed an entire path. And I can't just let my credits go in vain. I saved those 3 levels until July and filed them in July, which enabled me my fourth. After achieving my fourth triple crown, I gone dormant. Why? I don't. I say after going in the speed we have, I got dormant. And in that process, a lot of challenging things. I used my bench period very well for Toastmasters. Now I got into project again, and now the office is using me. So I couldn't attend the Toastmasters meetings very well. It is fine. I did my best to win it. And now I was very much engaged. I was just banging my head how to do level 4 and level 5. They are just increasing. I can't just go and give some speeches because if I complete a path, it should add some value. Would you agree? If we just complete a path on a paper, that's, I feel, meaning is. So, what did I do now is I have chosen another path and I have completed level 1 in that as well as well 2. That was my fourth path. I have completed level 1 and level 2 with different stories, and the stories which I failed in the stories which I failed in my previous path, I tried to repeat them and made them better. So that tenure have taught me how to make the stories better and better, and how to deliver differently before different audiences. And finally, I got an idea for level 4. I had to do one mischief where I just came to Hyderabad I went to Bangalore for an event and came back to Hyderabad, then ran just because I had a speech slot. I had to take part in contest. And when the contest time has come, I just had to deliver it impromptu. Please do not try giving impromptu contests, but I had to do. Fortunately, I won, and that had become one of my level 4 speeches. And in level 4, I had to do another mandatory project. And at that same time, I got to introduce for cricket, and I thought, how would it be if we implement cricket match in a Toastmasters meeting? It could be a variety meeting, and I just made a plan out of it, and I pitched in the. It did not work out, but it gave me an insight how to do it. And for fifth path, already one project is done long back. Now I had to do high performance leadership, where in this year I have completed last week. Entire year I was banging my head how to do. And finally I got an idea after watching few scenes from Mudalvan, and I have implemented that same trick, taking 4 people. Every week I will make one as VP and they will handle the meeting. And this gave good results, where we had introduction of Mrs. Murphy, the grandmother of Murphy, where Murphy's law says if something had to go wrong, it will go wrong, but we will counter it. And we had a combat ready future leaders and we make the thing wins. This is the learning I have learned from persuasive influence path, and this is full experience.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Pradyumna, for sharing your story of completing these different levels. I'm pretty sure it must have inspired us in the room to, kind of work on our speech pathways and, get our speeches done and also have lots of learning from it. So can we have a huge round of applause, kind of through emojis or through hand gestures for our speakers, because they chose to speak today and share their different stories. Thank you, everyone. And now, even before we move on to the evaluation session, let's come back to the teamwork theme again, which is about resilience and bouncing back from different situations, failures, or whatsoever. And I have a very beautiful story to share it with all of you. I would love to listen what your stories are, but let me just start. So this is a story that I read when I was a kid, and this is something that I've always, kind of stayed in my head for a very long time. I'm just gonna read it like straight away. There's an old story about King Robert, the Bruce of Scotland. After repeated defeats in battle, he hid in a cave and he was really, really exhausted. And it was, it was like, I must give up now because, anyways, I'm not able to win the battles. There, he saw something beautiful. He saw a spider trying to spin his web across a certain gap in the cave. The spider tried once, he fell down. He tried again, he fell down again. And he just kept doing that. And King Robert was like, he was looking at the spider. What's happening? What's going to happen now? But finally, the spider climbed back and tried once more. It finally succeeded. Seeing all the scenario, this tiny spider inspired King Robert. The king found the courage to continue and he returned to the battlefield. And eventually, I'm pretty sure you all know what happened. He won. Because that's the story, that's the message that the spider, gave to King Robert. And I believe that resilience isn't about avoiding a failure. It's about what we do after a failure has come in or a situation that has, kind of put us in a lower state. It is actually your decision to rise once again and to make one more attempt to really see what happens next. And when you keep doing that, that's when you rise again. So, with that, I would love to invite every Toastmaster here and our two special guests, Anita and Rupa. If you have any stories in your mind that connect with the word resilience, what would that be? Anything you want to share? Come on, everyone. Okay. Anyone wants to share? All right. No issues. So, with that, let's go ahead with the evaluation session. For that, I would like to call upon our general evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmaster Irshadan, the spotlight. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sukanya, for giving me the opportunity to be the general evaluator to evaluate the entire proceeding of the meeting. So we had four speakers today, and let me start with mine. So I'm going to evaluate Toastmaster Afra's speech. So this is what it comes in. You are giving a black belt and saying that Irshad, you'll have to train her, or you'll have to evaluate her, or you'll have to coach her, but she doesn't know anything. How does that be? So that is the same kind of situation I was in. The way I've been told that this person is a newbie and she's going to do her icebreaker speech. And whenever I come to this meeting and I see this face, okay, so and kudos to Toastmaster Afra. So one, what is being said, and second one is what is being learned. So when you have what you preach and what you live, if there is a difference, that will show up in your face. But here I see that the person, whatever is being delivered and the ways he's been living, it's one other the same. Okay. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Afra. And the way you've been started with a phone call, okay, and that itself shows that in how courageous you are, and you are getting everybody's attention. That is what the hookup you need to have as a speaker. And I see that, I have to give kudos to you. And the overall, how the lower grade has been happening, especially in the COVID situation. And you've been asking question, okay, is it because of my inferiority complex, all these things, 100 different things. And again, one point of time, she decided that enough is enough. So let me bounce back. Resilience, that is what it's been coming in. And whatever the opportunity being given, she started using that. Though, she was not 100% confident, but with the effort and other thing, how do you? So the story is not like, I'm coming here, I'm preaching, you hear, it's not like that. As the audience, what I'm seeing is like, oh, here is what, the person has been going through, and this is what, and what she's bouncing back. So that will narrate that story, that I like it. And the other thing is like, if you take Toastmaster Kavitha, when the opportunity is being given to Toastmaster Suganya, because this is a crucial role in a maybe there may be a lot of other people, but she has a confidence that Toastmaster Suganya can take care of this role with a quick time. Similar way, that is why the internal auditing club role as a president being given to you. It was not something like it was assigned to you. You've been like in a watch, and the management thought or the teacher thought that you can take care of that role. So you've been deserved, very well deserved Toastmaster Afra. And the way you've been you use the words, expecting the unexpected, all these things, how you motivated, and towards the end, how are you finishing? It all matter, and so everything, and I like it. So if at all, if you ask me, okay, what is that the area where I can improve, where I can go to the next level? As the way I said, I'm giving a black feedback to a black belt, and for either. So one thing, where I see is that there were some words, the book name, I think Thousand Pandits, I didn't get that word clearly. And this is where, you will have to slow down, especially the girl babies, they speak very fast, including my wife, tuck, 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 and it will come in. But situation like this, you being like little slow down, so that like, little old guys like us, will hear, oh, this is what, you being here. But other time and all, your, the way, you speak and everything is good. And if you can take care of, only that area where you need to give the punchline, little slow down, then, you take care. That is the only feedback I wanted to give at this point of time. Overall, I like the speech, very much, and looking forward to hear many more your speeches in coming days, Toastmaster Afra. Okay, so that is being given, and so we have other three speakers came in today, and let me invite Toastmaster Mohan to evaluate Toastmaster Sara's speech. Over to you, Toastmaster Mohan.
Yeah, thank you, General Evaluator, for this opportunity. So, Toastmaster Sara, she spoke about the quiet strength of being supportive. It's about an effective communication style. And the speech flowed through like a smooth river, with all crossing on the ups and downs. And the key points which I would like to highlight, the key best points are a clear interpretation was given on each communication style and how about she dealt with it. And the clarity on each communication style and how it could affect the surrounding people. And the subject was explained clearly, and it was slow paced, and the delivery was throwful and powerful. This made me clear because this communication, I was not much aware about it. And by this listening to her speech, I even got to know how different communication styles work in each environment. With this, I would like to add upon a few areas or a few places where you could have added more, which could be a more effective speech or a more audience oriented. So one thing was like you went through in a flow, but you could have added some more examples since you are a teacher from a background. So you would have got more experiences with the students around you. So adding one or two experiences you felt or you faced with your students, so that could more grab attention of the audience. So continuously listening for more than 3 to 4 minutes, people may feel get bored. This is one suggestion I would like to take it as a challenge to add it in your upcoming speeches. And one more suggestion is to add a vocal variety. So when you are giving a speech, like when you're telling a problem, you could have used some various vocal varieties like, oh, it happened like this, something like that, so that it could grab the attention. So, and it was very well rendered and very well it was delivered. And one thing I got impressed was from being Pakistan and you're staying in Chennai and being a part of the Toastmasters. It's very impressive and I give kudos to your enthusiasm for this. Thank you and wishing you all the best, Toastmaster Sara Akhtar.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan, for evaluating Toastmaster Sara's speech. So with this, this is where the expertise comes in. See the kind of the evaluation being given. Anyway, and I'll take care in my evaluation report and see what you do it to others. You will also get it back, right? Let's hear what is your evaluation. Let's hear from Toastmaster Anbrasan to evaluate Toastmaster Mohan's speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator of the day. First of all, I would like to thank you for the fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. And a special thanks to my targeting speaker, Toastmaster Mohan, for sharing his wonderful speech. You challenged us today with your title, Lead Smart, Not Hard. We peoples were struggle to become a leader, and throughout your speech, you gave lot of inputs to us. Your project purpose was to share your leadership style, and you explained about the leadership style through your work experiences. What I loved about your speech from the opening to end, you started with World Cup 2011, how Dhoni performed in the last over, the last ball, and how he became a leader, and the way he bring the World Cup to India. It immediately grabbed each one of our attentions. And the way you explained your style of leadership, this affirmative leadership style, and sharing with your personal stories, personal experience. Also, you were shared 3 more leadership styles: autocratic, democratic, and transformational leadership styles, and the purpose. The conclusion of about your leadership style and developing a secondary leadership was amazing. From your speech, I can give 2 recommendations. From your speech structure and your delivery was phenomenal. You structured your thoughts beautifully around the title hard, smart, with the silent to become the leader. And second is your vocal varieties, the way you described your personal stories, and it has connected through many of us. We all come through that kind of situations. And the second part of my is the growth of opportunities or recommendation. Since you delivered your speech in while seated, which can occasionally impact your presence. Most of the time, see, you are giving a powerful presentation. I recommend to be give your speech in a standing position. It illustrates, you are explaining different type of leadership styles and many stories. If you use in a standing condition and use the stage from left to right or center, and your hand gestures, it will easily impact impact us through your leadership style and the story. In conclusion, Toastmaster Mohan, your speech was deeply captivating us. Your expertise in articulating your leadership skill. Your subsequent delivery will gain even great impact by incorporating your stage usage and your hand gestures. I eager to witness your next speech. Over to General Evaluator of the Day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anbarasan, for evaluating Toastmaster Mohan's speech. So with this, we have done with all the evaluations of the speakers, and we are moving on to my team report. Let me invite Toastmaster Haritra to provide the report of the timer.
Sir, she's having some issues. Shall we move on to next role play so that she will give her report
Sure.
at the end?
Yep. Okay. So, yeah, we can move on to our counter. Okay, so I think
TM
Pradyumna,
Pradyumna's evaluation was not given.
evaluation was not done. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I was thinking, something and I missed out, so okay. So that is where the timer, did not come in. Okay.
Sir,
So, one second. Yeah. So let me invite, Toastmaster Sara to evaluate Toastmaster Pradyumna's
Thank you, General Evaluator. Although there was not much to evaluate, as TM Pradyumna has had a very long and very interesting journey, and especially how he started from the opposite side. His speech was very engaging, and the way he stood, he used his hand gestures, and he told us step by step how he reached, or how what he experienced. He fulfilled the purpose of his speech today, and there was not much that I could point out, but we could the online meeting is a bit different from the face-to-face or meeting, so the camera angle could have been better, because it feels like you're looking at us, although you were looking at us, but you were looking at another screen. And unfortunately, you went a little above time, your given time. So if it was a competition, you would have been disqualified from the title. But apart from that, it was a very good, although being very lengthy, it was engaging. Everyone was enjoying, everyone was listening to you. And you have been, you have participated in many contests as well. So it showed in your speech, the way you arranged it, the way you delivered it. And the idea you gave about integrating cricket into a Toastmasters meeting is very interesting. And it shows how you have a very creative mind, and you're not here only to improve yourself, but also improve others through such small suggestions. And it was really, really a treat listening to you, and I was very happy that I'm in the presence of someone who has been participating in contests. So that's all I have to say, and all the best, and very good. Thank you so much, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sara, for evaluating Toastmaster Pradyumna's speech. With this, we are okay. So our timer is back, I think. Right? Right, Kavitha?
sir,
No?
Satyanarayanan is our counter, sir. Toastmaster
No,
Satyanarayanan.
no. Okay. Okay. So let me invite Toastmaster Satyanarayana to provide us our count report.
Yes, Toastmaster. Good morning, everyone. Once again, as the accountant for today's meeting, I observed use of filler words such as a and o. But speeches. Toastmaster Afra 5 a, Toastmaster Sara 1 a, Toastmaster Morgan 6 a, Toastmaster Pradhamna 1 a, and the evaluation session Toastmaster Morgan 2 a, and Toastmaster Anderson 4 a. I appreciate everyone's effort to communicate clearly and confidently. Become aware of filler words helps us improve as speakers and makes our speeches more impactful. Thank you all, and keep practicing for even and more effective communication. And thanks to our general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Satyanarayana, for giving you
Thank you, sir.
the account report. So with this, let me invite Toastmaster Jay Hasini to provide the grammarian report.
Yeah. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters. As the grammarian for today's meeting, I observed clear communication and good use of vocabulary from our speakers. And our word of the day, fortitude, was successfully used by 3 speakers, Toastmaster Uma, Toastmaster Irshad, and Toastmaster Mohan. Two memorable quotes from today's meeting were, when life throws lemon at me, I made lemonade out of it. It was very inspiring to me because I've never really thought of it in that way. Whenever things happen, I really look back at them and feel very drenched about it, and very disconnected from the whole entire purpose of life. And it was very inspiring. And the next quote is, communication is not how loudly you speak but how deeply you speak. And I was very moved by it as well. And the most common grammatical errors I noticed was the unnecessary usage of articles and the. And being mindful of when articles are needed to help, it will make our speeches better, I hope. And overall, it was very engaging meeting and with strong language usage and meaningful messages. Thank you. Over
Thank
to
you, Toastmaster.
General
Thank you
Evaluator.
so much, Toastmaster Jai Hasini. And with this, this is the role I like the most, because especially like I get distraction often, and here is the person who's going to come in and see how you've been engaged and how you've been listening the entire meeting. Let's hear from Toastmaster Kavitha.
Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster. I have few questions based on today's meeting. Let's start from Toastmaster Sukanya's story. Who inspired King Robert?
Spider.
Thank you, sir. The correct answer is spider. Next question from Pratyumna's speech. Which speech helped him to win area level contest?
The accident which he,
Humorous.
with the learning license, he hit the motorbike.
Yes, correct. Thank you so much. Okay, this is from Toastmaster Mohan's speech. He mentioned his profession during his speech. What is his profession? I hope our Toastmaster of the day also introduced his profession. Most of them are using it. Automobile.
Automobile, yeah.
Yes, thank you. So, this question from Afra's speech, she mentioned a book in her speech. What is that book name?
1,000.
Yes, correct.
1,000
What is it?
Splendid Suns.
What? I'm not getting.
1,000 Splendid Suns.
Thank you so much. Yes, that's it from my side. Thank you so much for all your answer. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluated Toastmasters Irshad. Toastmaster Haritra is unable to present her report. She shared the timer report. Shall I share?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So here is our timing report for first speaker, Toastmaster Afra. Allotted time is 4 to 6 minutes. Toastmaster Afra took 4 minutes 53 seconds. Then our second speaker, Toastmaster Zara, her allotted time is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Zara took 6 minutes 36 seconds. Then our third speaker, Toastmaster Mohan, he took 7 minutes 40 seconds. And our fourth speaker, Toastmaster Pratyumna, allotted time is 10 to 12 minutes. He took 13 minutes 3 seconds. Then moving on to evaluation, allotted time is 2 to 3 minutes. Toastmaster Irsat took 4 minutes 30 seconds. Toastmaster Mohan took 3 minutes. Toastmaster Anbarasan took 3 minutes 40 seconds. Toastmaster Sara took 2 minutes 25 seconds. Here, I would like to share the time disqualification. Toastmaster Mohan, Toastmaster Pratyumna, Toastmaster Irshad, and Toastmaster Anbarasan, they are exceeded a bit of time limit. So I request everyone to follow the timing guidelines. With that, I will hand over the stage to our general evaluator, Toastmaster Irshad.
Thank you so much, Kavitha, for giving the timer report. So with this, we are going to my own report, how the overall meeting went. So overall, conducting a meeting, and it's not that easy, especially at the weekend, where Kavitha is running about like 5 of the meeting out of which three of them are online meeting and then two in-person meeting. Identifying the role player for me itself, she's pinged like 2 3 times, and think about all others. That is the way she being planned, meticulously planned, and we almost like started on time, except I think there is a delay of like 10 minutes to identify the roles and other thing. So otherwise, like the strong planning and everything being made, and she started as a say and gave a set of good ground rules, and she handed over to me, and to talk about that TMOD, the Toastmaster of the day. This is a very bigger role, and as the typing it goes like resilience. That is what this meeting being also played, and Toastmaster Sukanya has taken care of the big role uh, at the last minute, and kudos to her, Toastmaster Sukanya. And as the way she took care, sometimes like you prepare and go, sometimes you may not be prepared and you will require some time. The way she handle, I don't know whether it was planned or something. She took some time for that. She got the story from the people and she settled down. Then after that, she came within her own story. And when you see from outside, everything was going in a seamless flow, as the way it's been planned. So kudos to you again. And talk about the four, four speakers today. We had four speakers lined up, and all four speakers they been came into the meeting. That's a good thing. And all four speakers they have done a very good job, especially starting from Toastmaster Afra. She talk about her story as a icebreaker speech, then moved on to Toastmaster Sarah, then Toastmaster Mohan, and the last one, Toastmaster Pradyumna. All four speakers, they went beyond and gave a good speech. Let's give a good round of applause for each and every one of them. And my evaluators, they gave a very detailed feedback. And the evaluators, the kind of seasoned feedback they gave, that shows their maturity. And there are a couple of one speaker and two evaluators. We are overrun, and this including myself. We'll have to constrain the time limit, so that like we'll make sure that we will be completing our speech within the time. Okay, so and my team, especially starting from timer Haritra, those she was not there, and she hand over to Toastmaster Kavitha, and our founder, Toastmaster Satyanarayana, and Toastmaster Jai Hasini, and the listening master, Toastmaster Kavitha. All four of them did a wonderful job. And so overall, I rate things are like good. And what else we can do? That is what the improvement. Another thing comes in. This is where Kavitha and Brasan, you need to get in and inspire in a few other people, so that like you can hand over some of the workload to somebody else, identifying the role, because especially for 5 meetings, and which is very humongous task. And the only way we can sustain by identifying more leadership team. So that is where we can make sure that this been going, and roles being identified at the last minute, in which could have been avoided. Otherwise, and I see that everything was going and as the way being planned, and looking forward to attend many more meetings. Thank you so much, for taking the time to attend this meeting. Over to Toastmaster Suganya.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Irshad, for that wonderful evaluation. I'm pretty sure we all have picked up learning points for ourselves from this meeting. And I really want to, extend gratitude to this beautiful club that gave me the opportunity to be a team lead. I've heard of, impromptu speakers who do, table topics. Usually that's what we do. And this is the first time doing an impromptu table topic, but it was really a lovely experience. Something I feel we all must experience as Toastmasters, because it gives you the ability, or it gives you the opportunity to, kind of prepare yourself in the shortest amount of time. But thank you so much. I truly loved the speeches. I truly loved everyone's evaluation and how everyone came here to support each other today. Uh, on a closing note, I mean, do you guys also do voting online? Just to ask, voting? Do we have voting for the
No,
best
We
speakers and
don't,
voting?
we don't have today.
no, yeah.
Okay. Awesome. No worries. So with that, I would say just want to share one line for the closing note for today's TMOD session, and that is resilience helps us rise after a fall, but fortitude helps us keep going when we are still in the middle of the storm. So with that, I conclude my TMOD session today, and I hand over the stage to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Kavitha.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Sukanya,
Oh,
for yeah. Thank you so much, for completing the role as a TMOD. You had done a wonderful job. So with this, let me hear from the guest. We have a guest in today. Guest. One second. So we have Rupa is there as a guest today. Anybody's?
Hello, sir.
Oh, hello, Rupa. Do you mind coming on video? If you
Yeah,
have,
1 minute.
otherwise leave it here. If you're
Yes,
comfortable,
sir.
can
Yes, sure,
we?
sure.
Okay, can you introduce yourself and how did you like the
Yeah,
meeting and
I can
any
do that.
feedback?
I'm
Yeah,
from Bangalore. I'm working in Bosch since 15 years. I wanted to improve my communication and public speaking skills. So I joined the Toastmaster class and I have completed 2 classes. And today is the third class as I joined as a guest. I wanted to learn more. So I did not take any role in this class today. I just wanted to observe how it is going on, the process, the steps, everything.
cool. Thank you so much. Thanks for coming in, and you can come in anytime if you have time in coming week. Okay,
Sure,
so
sir.
with
Thank you
this,
for that.
anybody? Yeah, go ahead.
And
Go ahead,
one
Rupa.
more thing that I just wanted to tell you, the class, the flow, how it went, it is really good. The evaluation, how you gave, and the speeches, it is really awesome. I'm very excited.
Thank you so much. Yeah. So with this, okay, so may I request all others, who are not on video, can you come on video so that, we can capture your beautiful photo in the morning, especially on Sunday morning, if you're comfortable. Oh, okay. How about our account Satyanarayanan? Okay, so we have another 8 minute is there to wind up. Anybody want to add anything? Oh, okay. So we have Satyanarayanan also came in.
Yeah, maybe I'd like to just share something.
Yeah,
So
go
at
ahead.
first, thank you, Toastmaster Kavitha, for giving me this opportunity to speak in Chennai Tamil Toastmasters Club. So one thing I liked about this club was, in generally, because this is my third outside club meeting which I am attending, and it's all online format. So generally, this last minute dropouts are a normal thing, so which we find in that too in the weekends. But one thing that I got impressed was about Toastmaster Kavitha. So immediately she messaged me like, so and so person is not available. Can you just take up this role? So instead of holding the meeting for last about, because some clubs I have seen they wait for the minute, they postpone the meeting for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then they start after gathering all the role players, but without having much delay. So it was a good positive thing which I felt impressed about Toastmaster Kavitha and Chennai club. So kudos to club and more mails to go ahead. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you, Toastmaster Mohan, for giving your valuable feedback. Anybody want to add anything?
I think I want to add something. I have had members from my club actually attend this meeting online last week and previous to that. So I was really inspired and excited that, let's go today. And today I'm going to do a table topic. Like, let me try a table topics online today. So I think all in all, I got a chance to do, take another role, but it was really a beautiful experience. And my members, like from Kormangla Toastmasters Club, they have thoroughly enjoyed. Like, we all know that members are really going to other clubs. So I think all in all, thank you for creating this learning and supportive environment for not just your members, but any member from anywhere. And that's been a lovely thing that I've heard about your club. It's been beautiful.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Sukanya. Thanks for extending your hand. Okay, so anybody want to add anything? Otherwise, we can give 5 minutes back to everyone. You can connect back to with your friends, family, and enjoy. Okay, so with this, and we adjourn the meeting to next week. Thank you so much, and enjoy your rest of your afternoon. Thank you.
You.